Hi, I'm Captain Marcus Harrelson with Doc's Fishing Clinic and Guide Service. In this video, I'm going to show you a really productive fly that will help you catch redfish almost every time. In this one, it's going to be a purple and chartreuse redfish crack fly. This is what people call it, a riddling fly, a guide fly. There's so many different names and variations for it. This one is just basically 3 simple materials. I have craft fur for the tail. I have some purple brush with silly legs. It's pretty short for the body. I use bee chain eye for the eyes. For the hooks, you can use a lot of different things. I use this Umpqua Series X size 4. I use the Anorex, some Tiemco hooks, do gummies. There's all different types of hooks. Just kind of depends on what I can find or what I'm using at the time for different patterns. And this one, I'm going to use a size 4. We're going to, let's get rid of this one and start with a new one. Put a new hook on here really fast. All right, so I got my hook on there. What I'm going to do is basically just put my base down. I'm just going to use some brown thread for this one, just because it's what I had. And as you can see, a lot of people will put eyes on right now, all that, or cut this excess off, this tag. But what I use is a guide to really get this like good seat on this, and then just work back to it. Bingo. And then I'm just going to pop that off. On this, just get some craft fur. Kind of clean, get all that excess junk off, throw it in a little trash bin I got over here. And I'm gonna use, I like to use a lot. And I like to have it really long. So I'm gonna keep it pretty long. What do I do with my scissors? There we go. Then, get that all kind of cleaned up some more. Kind of do some loose wraps. Then I'm really gonna cinch it down. So get it cinched down. Just gonna grab, put a couple loose back here. Get to stand up a little better. And then cut all this off. That wasn't that very good of a cut, but whatever. Just gonna wrap all this junk. You don't even have to do this part. I kind of just do to get an extra little anchor down. Kind of clean it up a hair. You're gonna throw a brush right over the top of it, so it really doesn't matter. Here, actually, I got an older brush right here. So you're just gonna throw some brush on top of that. You could also, at this point, add some flash to it and stuff like that, but I typically don't, especially this time of year. I'm not doing too much flash. Kind of get this all anchored down, cut this excess little tag of metal off. These are wire snips are like so key. I don't even think they make them in fly tying. Just use them. See, another reason snips are key. I'm gonna take this, get on my bead chain, face it down because I like to shoot off sometimes, get all crazy. At this point too, I like to kind of trim these up and I got material everywhere this morning. There you go. I'm gonna basically put this so it's in line with the eye, do a couple wraps, then let it spin on its own, kind of get it where I want it. And then just anchor it down real fast. Use a little bit of epoxy after this, so it won't matter. Okay, so now I'm going to get a brush with silly legs, kind of palmer it back. You can put it on pretty thick if you want, or loose. You can kind of do a little twist, kind of get it to flatten out. But I like it kind of buggy and crazy. Just kind of how I like it. I actually like a lot too. So I'll do like 5 or 6 wraps a lot of times. You can save it and do less, but man, I have so much of this material that it doesn't really matter. It just kind of depends on what you're doing. If you're tying a whole box worth, you can maybe limit some of the wraps, but not necessary. Snips come in handy again. There you go. Make sure there's no little wire or anything, kind of stick it up. Kind of lock that in. There you go. I don't use a weed guard or any of that. I'm going to finish it off with a whip finish. You can use your fingers. I just like the way this one does better. I used to do my fingers and then I matured. Got the whip finish. And there you have it. Purple crack. You can do a couple things. You can hit with a brush. Shake all these little green fibers. There you go. And that is the purple crack. Redfish fly. And it works all the time. Well, most of the time. 60% of the time. And then you can do it any color variations. You could add silly legs to it. You could do all kinds of different things. But what you can do is catch lots of redfish and black drum on it. Thanks for checking it out.